How's it going, everybody? Mancave Dave here in Wisconsin with a pickups video. Today is Tuesday, June 18th, and here's some stuff that I picked up on the way back from Michigan. Moved up my wife and son this last weekend, and this coming weekend we'll be moving the rest of the stuff out of our house, which is very sad, exciting but sad at the same time, getting ready for the move up to Michigan. I'm still looking for a job up there, but we'll be hanging out here where I currently live for probably the rest of the summer in my current job. While I search up there. So hopefully I'll have a chance to hit up a few more flea markets and stuff. But I'll probably be spending my weekends up there with the fam, which is always nice. So here's some stuff I picked up on the way back from Michigan. First thing, stopped at a Goodwill, and this is some stuff I got there. So just a cheap, SuperPad 64 controller. When I bundle 64s to sell or trade, I like putting in a good Nintendo brand controller as well as maybe a third-party one, just so people have two controllers to play with. So this was $2.99. A lot of times a new controller is 14 or 15 bucks. Then just a Nintendo RF box. It was $1.99, so I went ahead and picked it up. This was a whole pack of Game Boy Advance games in a little case. I paid about $35 for this, and at first I thought the game system was in there, which would have been a really good deal. Sadly, it wasn't, but when I saw the games, I decided to take a chance. And looking up their values, it wasn't a super great deal, but it was okay. So we got Super Mario Bros. Deluxe for the Game Boy Color, a mystery game for the Game Boy Color, so I'm excited to find out what that might be. Unfortunately, I don't have a Nintendo Game Boy Advance here right now, or a Game Boy Color. Conker's Pocket Tales, Mario Kart Super Circuit, Monster Jam Maximum Destruction, Dragon Ball Z Taikatsu, and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4. So, not a great deal, but it was okay. Sega Saturn sampler disc. As I look to complete another Sega Saturn system, it can be good to have another one of these to put in with the box and stuff. Twisted Sister, A Twisted Christmas. As you probably know, I'm a big fan of the 80s metal, and so this kind of reminds me of Trans-Siberian Orchestra. It'll be a fun thing to listen to over Christmas time. Some PS1 games, Animorphs, Shattered Reality, Bushido Blade 2. It's kind of cool artwork on the front there. And then Mortal Kombat 4. And all of these were $2.99, and this one was $3.99. $3.99, $3.99, and I guess they're all $3.99. Few other games here. For Sega Master System, we have Casino Games, which is actually like a $10 game, so that was kind of exciting to find for $2.99. Xbox Conflict Vietnam. Alright, don't judge me too much. When I was up there, I picked up the Disney's High School Musical 3 dance, or senior year dance, the big box with the dance pad, but it was missing the game. So I found the game at this Goodwill, so I went ahead and picked it up just to complete it. Anyway, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Flat Out for the PS2, Tekken 4, and Namco Museum with some great classic games. Stopped at a pawn shop on the way home and spent more than I should have. Last month I actually sold about $1,000 worth of video game stuff, which was nice. So I look at this as a chance to reinvest some of that into the collection. But apparently they had a collector that had just come in fairly recently and pawned or sold a bunch of stuff to them. So I got this stuff for better than retail, but not by much. So first thing is an Atari Jaguar, which I was pretty pumped to pick up. I have one in the box. It's missing the styrofoam, but it has some of the manuals and it has 5 or 6 games, but the system doesn't work, which I was really bummed about. So this one works. I got it for $75, and it also came with Cybermorph, and then they also had Alien vs. Predator, which I picked up. I'm a big fan of both of those genres, or both of those series, so that's a little bit more rare of a game. It usually retails for 30 to 40 bucks. For the Game Boy Advance, Metal Slug Advance. I'm a big fan of Metal Slug. It's kind of like Contra. I think it originally came out for Neo Geo, maybe, although don't quote me on that. So I was happy to pick that up. NES games, North and South, or North and South. anymore in my collection. I have over 500 individual NES games, and so when I pick one up or see one that I don't have, as long as it's not too crazy expensive and I can afford it, I try to pick it up just to add. So I was happy to get that. Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 2 for the PS2, which is a nice addition. Gradius 5 for the PS2. I love shmups. I had the Gradius collection for PS2, but not Gradius 5. And this is about a $30 to $35 game, so I was happy to find that. For the GameCube, Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. The top of the disc is a little bit scratched up. The bottom looks good. It might have been resurfaced, but I was happy to add this. This was a little bit more expensive. But as far as a little bit more rare and hard to find GameCube game, it'll be a good addition to the collection. Also picked up Paper Mario, The Thousand Year Door, which again, pretty popular, and I actually haven't seen this even in used game stores around here, so I figured I'd pick it up while I had the chance. So all in all, pretty good score. Again, spent a bit more than I wanted to and probably should have, but I look at this as definitely a reinvestment into the collection, which is crazy how much it's grown just even in the last few months. So yeah, from here in Wisconsin, this is Mancave Dave. Hope you all enjoyed, and thank you so much for watching. I don't get back to folks quite as often and frequently as I'd like to on the videos, but I do read all of your comments and really appreciate them, and definitely get back to you all as soon as I can. So look forward to seeing some more of your vids out there, and it's exciting stuff. I love watching what you guys are finding and what you ladies are finding at the flea markets and the rummage sales. So keep it up, and I'll see you at the next sale. Take care.